Hello and welcome to an extra special trailer talk. It's trailer talk week. I will be releasing one of these each day this week. Today we are going to do a Witcher 3 special. This is the footage that came out a couple weeks ago, so it's going to be pretty long, but I want to talk about some of the stuff in this video. I'm very excited for this game. As usual, if you like trailer talk, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment below on anything about The Witcher 3. Anything you see in this footage or any trailers you'd like to see in a future episode. Let's get started. Alright, so starts off with some combat. It actually reminds me a lot of The Witcher 2 combat, especially after the full combat rebalance mod, which I just played through the game with that on. You got your typical radio menu. Okay, I could pause and stuff. You got your typical radio menu, and if you look over in the kind of the bottom corner, it looks a lot like Witcher 2. I'll say that. But I will say I like the combat features a lot. So that's I like parts of the combat. Okay, guys, this game looks real pretty. So this is not a trailer; it's just kind of B-roll. They're just going to go through some scenes, a lot of talking scenes later. But you know, there's stuff I want to talk about here. So, but yeah, for the most part, it looks like Witcher 2. Notice in the top corner, it kind of shows the weather and the time of day, which is cool. I like that. Which suggests rainstorms. And hey, it's a big open world thingy. It looks like. Look at it. He's fucking running on mountains, and it looks like he can go anywhere, like Skyrim and shit. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Is this gonna look good on the PS4? I hope. Oh, there's little creatures walking around and stuff. It seems more alive, you know? Even in The Witcher 2, which was a really beautiful game, it was just kind of the enemies would show up out of nowhere and start attacking you, and otherwise it would feel kind of dead. But I like having the other little animals kind of walking around, or creatures walking around that aren't necessarily aggroing you like you saw back there. And then you have Roach, your horse. And you can fucking ride over mountains and shit. This shit looks cool. This shit looks cool. And look, the horse actually goes at a decent speed, unlike the horse in Dragon Age Inquisition. Oh, man. Guys, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So fast, Roach.
Can't wait. So they say it's not like completely open like an Elder Scrolls game. I think there are zones or areas, maybe more like Dragon Age Inquisition, but I imagine, you know, bigger and fewer than something like Dragon Age Inquisition. But I just want to explore the land and hunt some creatures, you know, come across little huts like this and, you know, peasants that need to be saved. But they're probably just trying to fucking scam you because you're a Witcher, fuckers. I do really like the Witcher books, but I will say there is not much to be said positive about like peasant people. They're usually always trying to fuck over Geralt. Only Zoltan Chive loves the peasants. So yeah, I don't know what Polish people are trying to say about that. So you pick up quests from a board, which is cool. You can go do them. You know, there were boards in previous quests, previous games.
I do, if you're willing to partner with me.
Usually work alone.
You'd pay to make an exception this time.
One of the things I really liked about Witcher 2 is the amount of detail that was in all the outfits and stuff. And I'm already seeing that stuff here. You know, no painted on belt buckles, you know what I'm saying?
What's the famous Jenga Fret need a Witcher for?
I'm guessing you're a man of the world. Perhaps you've come across the Grossbart brothers in your travels.
You hunting them?
Aye, quite the rogues they are. 3 of them, and everyone's got
I don't trust this guy at all.
murders under his belt. Even took to grave robbing lately. Easy to recognize.
So, if you know me, you know I've been reading the Witcher books, and I'm very excited to find out what's happening with Ciri and Yennefer and all that jazz. But
no, haven't met him.
If you do,
I'm not trying to get my hopes up too much because
quick to stick a knife in a man's gut.
And games kind of based on actual novels kind of just like to skirt around the major issues from the novels, which might be why the first 2 Witcher games weren't too focused on Yennefer or Ciri, even though they were very important to the books. But we know they're both in this game. We know you get to play as Ciri. I'm guessing that the Ciri stuff... Okay, so here we go. Here's some... Oh, okay. Let me pause. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Oh. So this looks like... You know, I even have like a mouse here. I can even kind of show you. This is cool. This is one of the benefits of doing it on PC. This looks kind of like the edges of the zone that he's in. But I'm guessing that this is only one of the zones. But, you know... Considering this is the little village he kind of stumbled upon, and he was like, I guess, up in these mountains. You know, I imagine the world of The Witcher is going to be pretty fucking big. Oh, I'm psyched. I'm psyched. Okay, so there's fast travel, which is fine. But, you know, I'll probably just stick to my horse, if it makes sense. More little peasant villages. Kill that goose. Look at that duck. He looks like he's alive. So beautiful, guys. So beautiful. Okay. Damn it, they cut away. That looked cool.
Whoa.
Alright, so I think... I think we've got some more combat coming up. Is that Vesemir?
Help me! Help!
So, I'm not a huge fan of the first Witcher, and now that I finally finished The Witcher 2, I would say that the game's okay, but it has a lot of problems. One of my big problems with The Witcher 2 is that, not just that it was linear, but that the structure of the world was very linear and winding paths and stuff. And some areas in that game, it's really annoying, easy to get lost, and the map wasn't great. I'm really glad that this one's going to be a lot more open because, you know, it just improves the sense of space. I mean, you have a jump now. You never had a jump before. A jump did wonders for how the world of Dragon Age Inquisition was designed.
Like my mare.
That was the one way, like, I feel like Inquisition was really improved over Origins.
Strange.
My thoughts exactly.
Is that the spaces you inhabited felt a lot more realistic, organic, natural.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy.
One of my other problems with The Witcher 2 is it focused so much on kind of the politics of these kings and whatnot, which I felt was always kind of the backdrop in the Witcher books. They just kind of sort of set up the world that was kind of had outgrown Geralt or whatnot. But it was never the focus. Like Geralt didn't really care about that stuff. He cared about, you know, his friends and loved ones often got tied up in that stuff, and that's how he got kind of dragged into it. But it was never, you know, he wasn't doing little quests for... It seemed weird that he was doing quests for these political figures that he really...
I look like a local to you?
Doesn't care about.
It's just dead wrong.
It's just so weird. That shouldn't be the focus of
a Witcher.
A Witcher game. It should be him traversing the land, kind of, you know, playing the part of a Witcher.
Turn right, past the gate.
You know, killing local monsters for people, trying to gain money, whatnot, trying to survive.
Can even be nice.
Or it should be kind of him.
Don't get it.
A lot of time should be spent with him and his friends and loved ones, you know, and the adventures that they go on together. Because it's the people around him that help humanize him, that make him an interesting character in these books. And I feel like that stuff's a little lacking in the games. I mean, that stuff's here and there in the games, but I feel like more of it's just more of a kind of a nod to the people who read the books. Like, hey, you remember Dandelion? He's gonna be around, so you can chat with him. Like, he's like always around Geralt in the books. You know? I don't know. Sorry.
How much grain will your village give?
Definitely looks nice.
Whatever you say, Your Excellency.
Geralt's a very flawed character in the books.
See the calluses?
Where he's a character that's
These are not the hands of an excellency, but of a farmer.
That
So we
that-
speak peasant to peasant. How much can you
yeah.
give?
He's a flaw. He's a character
40 bushels.
not without
There'd
his
be more, sir,
issues.
but
He's not
our
this
lads, the Temerians that took from
all-powerful
us earlier.
warrior that
You will give 30, and that will
doesn't
do.
feel
Let
and
us settle
whatnot,
on
you
it,
know.
and I wish to see the transport soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
But I feel like the game's kind of missed that
I
aspect a
summoned
little bit.
only the Elderman and the smith, Willis. But it is said he is a dwarf. You are too tall to be him.
But you know, now with Ciri and Yennefer around in this game,
Very
it kind
perceptive
of has
of
to.
you.
He kind of has to be the real Geralt. I
of
feel
Rivia,
like
Witcher.
Vatgern. This explains why. I
Geralt
did
also
not
tends to
hear
get
your
a lot more
footsteps.
serious around those characters.
What do you seek here?
Yennefer
Which means I think the story of this
Where was
game might
she
be a
headed?
lot more serious than the previous
That is
games.
a military
well,
secret.
I guess those were pretty serious too, especially the second game. But you know, so I guess that's my problem. Is that if it doesn't involve certain characters, or if like the stakes aren't at a certain point in the books, Geralt is not like this super serious character. But I feel like in the games he's always a serious character, even in situations involving characters that he'd probably not be super serious around. Does that make any sense? You know, if it involves Ciri, yes, he's going to be serious, but Ciri wasn't in the first two games, so it makes me wonder. Here we got some more combat. Oh, crossbow, which is cool, you know. Nice to have some variety outside of just your signs. You know, I will say, let me pause it here. I will say I did notice something, and that's that in the early Witcher footage that we saw, he kind of used his Igni sign a little bit differently than I've seen in some later footage. Like in this one, as you saw at the beginning of this footage, he kind of had like a burst effect. But in the initial footage we saw, there was like kind of like a flamethrower, like a sustained damage effect on some griffin or some shit that he was fighting. And I'm wondering if that's representative of some sort of upgrade path for the signs, more in-depth upgrade path, kind of like in Witcher 1 versus Witcher 2, where, you know, you didn't notice a huge change. But the two Ignis I've seen in this Witcher 3 footage looks to be like, you know, they would be pretty significant changes or upgrades, which would be great. Swimming underwater! Come on, if CD Projekt Red can do it, why the fuck isn't Lara Croft swimming? Oh, this is so fucking cool! Don't cut away! Oh, man. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Can't wait for some of this, too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a lot of talking. Well-designed character models, I should say. Witcher 1 kind of had the effect of everyone looking the same.
It must suffice.
Think Emir cares if I'm clean.
Amir, he's gonna go talk to the
Gentleman will
Emperor.
refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all.
Okay, so I will say
The
that
gentleman will be seated
I'm
on
not
the
completely
chair.
caught up on the books. There are some that
what
have not
now?
been officially translated
In that
into English. I am gonna read the
chair.
fan translations. So I kind of don't know where the story goes ultimately.
Cadwin, please shave the
But
gentleman's sideburns
in an
to half
earlier
inch.
trailer, or actually, I think the trailer's at the end of this footage. You'll see here in a minute. You know, the Emperor Emir, he says something that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You got the dialogue
What's wrong
system.
with my
Seems very
beard?
similar to Witcher 2.
Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does.
I'm hoping
Yet
that
it also detracts
there's a
from
lot
your
more
elegance.
choice in this one.
In Nilfgaard, we consider
In dialogue, I
beards
feel like a
hard
lot
on
of the
eyes.
dialogue in Witcher 2, you're not really
beards
choosing what you want to say. You're just
festive
kind of saying all
Been
the
on the
things
road a
that
while.
appear. And you're not really
Fine.
making
Do your thing.
choices in how you
Tilt
approach
your
a
head back,
conversation.
please.
I hope it's a little more like, say, Dragon Age Origins in terms of conversations, where when you do select dialogue, you're choosing one thing over another. Okay, here's the trailer. I love this fucking trailer. I love this trailer. So Emperor Emir, he says something to Geralt, which you know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself because I don't want to.
Once we were many.
I don't want anyone to
Now
explain it
we
to
are
me.
few. Hunters,
That might spoil it.
killers of the world's filth. Witchers, the ultimate killing machine.
I think this is an older trailer, been
Among
re-edited
us,
with more
a
scenes,
legend.
possibly.
The one they call Geralt of Rivia. The White Wolf.
We meet again, Witcher.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Emperor of Nilfgaard.
She's returned, Geralt.
It's Ciri!
After all these years.
Are you sure it's her?
I can't even get into
Yes.
how cool of a character Ciri
And
is.
she's in danger. Witnesses claim the Wild Hunt follows her. You must find her.
And when I do, what then?
I shall give her what she deserves.
See, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Well, let's not even ask. Oh, he's fighting a bull! The Sword of Destiny. That was actually the name of one of the books.
White Wolf. At last. I come for her of the prophecy. Every decision you make will bring devastation.
I can't rewind, but who's that? It's Yennefer and Triss. And Dandelion! Who's doing that to Dandelion? Triss is mad! It's a bear! Horse races, looks like. This is all stuff we've seen before, we've talked about before. Man, this looks good. Why are you... Oops, okay. I fucked up. Let's go back. I will say... Okay, so I interviewed one of the Witcher 3 devs a while ago, and I think I asked about that it seems a little strange that he's banging Triss in this game if Yennefer's around. And I'm thinking you're going to have to choose at one point, and I think the developer kind of grinned at me when I said that. Which I don't know why you would choose Triss over Yennefer. I mean, well, history, right? But hey. Oh, there! That was it. Did you see? He was kind of using Igni. He was kind of using Igni as like a flamethrower. I can't rewind very well. We'll see. Look here, coming up here, he uses Igni kind of as a flamethrower effect. While very early on in this footage, it was kind of like a burst. Watch here. See there? You saw that? Be still my beating heart. Anyways, that's it for the Witcher 3 footage special, whatnot. Thanks for letting me geek out a little bit. Don't crucify me too much for talking too much about these books. This is a video game franchise based on these books, which started in the 90s. Actually, the 80s, I think, the writer started writing Witcher stories. So don't crucify me too much. I'm very excited about this game. Now let's talk about The Witcher in the comments below. Please give me a thumbs up. Please look forward to tomorrow's episode. Have a great day. This is going to be a long one.